Hello and welcome to another episode of Film Freaks with a Z, the podcast all about movies. Each episode is usually about a singular episode, and we'll get to, of course, this episode's movie in a little bit. But first, as you know, the fan vote is coming up. Next episode, when Tay during Tay's recommendation will be the fan vote. So if you want to get your movie in, usually new ones are in the latest poll. You can do that by sending us an email at ff.filmfreakswithaz@gmail.com or commenting on the latest episode of Film Freaks with a Z, or going to the Ferret Nation Discord, my Discord, and just talking in the movie stuff section. Or if you get onto the podcast, you can also recommend a movie while on the podcast. It all works. So, before we introduce the movie, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I am Yemmy Juice, and I'm here with...
Juiced waffles.
Dead Tay.
Juice, cow's juice.
Cow's juice.
Blue juice.
Blue juice.
I say juice, and everyone goes off of that.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Beetle waffle wouldn't make sense.
Neither does ferret juice.
I guess.
Blue juice makes sense.
Blue juice
Juiced
does.
waffles does too.
But here's the thing: Beetle is the first part, so technically it should be Beetle Waffles because Juice is the second part of his name. So it would be Greedy Juice if you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
I don't.
Am I thinking too hard about this? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, probably
bit,
overanalyzing it now.
How is everyone doing today?
Doing good.
Pretty
Not doing too
good.
shabby. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just great.
My birthday is 5 days after this episode releases.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Callus.
Got any
Hopefully you get the
exciting
thing I
plans?
sent you on time.
Yes. We'll see.
Got any exciting
Wait, you
plans?
said something? No plans. I'm probably just going to do some sort of long stream, maybe. We'll see.
Ooh, 24-hour
Ooh.
stream coming up.
I'll make sure to send you something in your DMs. Be on the lookout.
Is it feed pics?
Maybe. Not for free.
Ah,
You're going to make him pay on his birthday?
Yeah, of course.
That's cold.
Oh, my goodness. That is cool.
talk about greedy.
Yeah. But
You know what else is cold?
dead
Ghosts.
people. Yeah.
Ghosts, yeah. They're very
Greedy,
cold.
why don't you introduce the movie for us?
Okay, continuing the Halloween spirit, I selected Beetlejuice. It's 1988, and it's directed by Tim Burton. Some of the writers are Michael McDowell, Larry Wilson, Warren Scarring. Some of the top stars are Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Michael Keaton, who else? Annie McRowe, Hugo Stanger, and Maurice Page, and many others. A little synopsis. The spirits of a deceased couple is harassed by an unbearable family that has moved into their home and hire a malicious spirit to drive them out.
Okay,
Get
Tay?
the... Yeah, you tape fall over?
What? No.
Okay.
I think a cat tried to do something, but
Sounded
See,
really loud on this
spooky.
side.
Really?
See,
I
spooky
was like-
stuff is happening.
I barely heard it over
It
here.
sounded like you just slumped over in a sleep. You were just like,
Yeah.
No.
He's like, Greedy's talking again.
Yeah.
Snooze.
No, I'm surprised you heard it because it wasn't that loud on my end.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so see, spooky stuff. Talking about Beetlejuice, spooky, get it?
Yeah.
So start the conversation off. I want to talk about what do you guys think of some like the scene setups and like some of the costumes, because I thought they were phenomenal and I thought it was overall like a fun, just like crazy out of this world kind of like clothing design and like setup for some
Yes.
scenes.
The
What do you guys
costume
think?
design was excellent. I love
yeah, a
how
lot of, the places they go to are also really well done. But yeah, the costumes are fantastic.
Mhm.
Especially
how,
later
like,
on when they like change their face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like every single costume you see from a dead person just tells the story, and you know exactly how they died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so,
also
like-
a cool detail.
Definitely a lot of like individual work into put into each character, and
Yeah.
definitely how they dress can tell a lot about them.
Yeah. I am a little disappointed though that the two main ghosts, they should have been like constantly wet.
I was thinking of
Yeah,
that
that's
too.
true.
Yeah.
Like if they're going to go with, oh, you always look like you're going to how you died, it's like, well then shouldn't they be wet all the
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
I would
Because
at
they
least
went in the
expected them
river.
to have like pale skin too, but no, they just look like normal humans, which
Yeah.
is odd
So
considering everyone else.
maybe they didn't drown. Maybe somehow the impact on the water just like they snapped their necks or something, or I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's why they showed the
Yeah.
guy headless at one point. Yeah.
Yeah. Even as a kid though, I was always a little dubious. I'm like, how did they die? That water is like 3 feet deep.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe they
maybe
got
they
knocked
couldn't.
unconscious when they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they
And,
couldn't escape the car or something. They drowned.
yeah. I mean, the window was open.
All right,
All
darn
right,
it.
I'm just hyper analyzing now, and like I said, I've analyzed that scene so much, even as a kid, that I was just like, doesn't make sense.
They
Well,
will
you're right. Maybe
forever
when they hit the
just
water and
remember that
flipped
scene.
over, they bumped their heads and
Yeah,
they were
I
too
know.
confused to undo their seatbelts, and the door was stuck, and they were too big to get through the window. There.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
Wow.
good.
All right, there you go. Cool. We solved it,
Everything's solved. Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
And podcast. But yeah, I thought the scene or the costumes are on point in this movie, and just like even some of the scene setups, like it just fit you know like it looked random, but it fit what the scenes. It was so
Yeah.
cool,
Well,
especially for an '88 movie.
yeah, I'll say if you're mentioning costume, you also got to mention, especially if you're mentioning costumes about the dead people. You got to mention the makeup.
Yeah.
They did a really
Yeah.
good job. The fun story is the guy who does the makeup in that movie, like did the makeup for a commercial back where I don't know if it was national or just local, but it was like the horrors of drunk driving, and so it's just all these people with like radio shoved in their faces and different ways people die in car crashes.
Kind of
You're
like the
gonna have to
football
send
players.
us the
Yeah.
link to this later.
My dad, fun story, my dad was in it.
Oh,
Hey.
really?
Yeah. So I don't know if it still exists or if I can find it anywhere, but that's the only reason I knew about it is because my dad
Well,
was in it.
if he's a well-known makeup artist, I'm sure it's on YouTube or something somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be. You're right.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it.
The guy with the shrunken head in the waiting room, when I was a kid, that one always scared me a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, it's pretty
Um,
creepy.
I like his design now, but when I was a kid, that was the one that always spooked me.
Yeah.
And it just like everything just moves so weird. Like it's just like not weird like in a bad way, but like just like in a creepy way.
hmm Yeah, they definitely did a good job, like setting the mood and like just making, like I will keep saying it, but it's just like everything seems like it doesn't fit, but it fits at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of does.
Yeah, I think they did a good job of just portraying the afterlife and like that like winding hallway with the millions of doors. Like each door kind of looked a little bit different. There was a doghouse one there too, and it was just kind of like a cool hallway effect. Like it wasn't, it was just really cool.
Yeah.
And I liked how like the smoke came out of the lady's cut in her neck when she smoked a cigarette. Like that was
Yeah.
really well done.
Yeah.
A lot of
So that
attention to
detail.
details. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like is, they make someone in the living makes an offhand joke that if you commit suicide, you become a government worker. And if you notice, everybody in those offices are like usually people who killed themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the guy who was flattened jumped in front of the truck or something like that.
Yeah, he must have.
That was a funny one, and they set up that really well with the lady showing her showing the cuts on her wrist that killed her,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then they make that joke later on, and it's a good setup for that
hmm
because as the watcher, like like these people are just like making jokes, but then it's like oh no, they actually do become a government worker, so to say.
Yeah. Case workers and whatnot.
The government of death.
Yeah, man. I maybe. But yeah, a lot of good attention to details, and definitely a lot of things that you might not catch the first time around, but you definitely do catch it like this watching it through the second time, and you're like, oh, I didn't notice that a second time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
more
if
so
we
with the
can like,
background stuff.
Yeah.
if we can quickly just get like one of the negative things about this movie out of the way,
Hmm.
I wish the green screen effects were better.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
the animations and the green screen was a little off-putting in the movie.
Well, I think the like claymation like stop motion stuff was pretty good still, but when they
Yeah.
did green screens, I mean there was the like the green hue around the characters, like the ending with Beetlejuice's
Yeah.
head shrinking, like that was kind of like
Mhm.
pretty poorly done. But
All the sandworm scenes were like kind of
Yeah, the
rough.
sandworm was
yeah,
probably the worst part. That was did
And
not
also
look too
like
good.
when the girl was lifted up into the air at the end, like I can see the wires.
yeah, same thing with like the couple on the table during the
Mm.
séance. You could actually literally see the wires for one of the scenes.
Yeah, they probably thought, 1988. They're like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, I don't know. They put so much work into this. I don't think they were like whatever for the
Yeah, no, that was the
strings.
best they could do at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
But yeah, I
I
do
like I
agree with
said, I think.
Callus.
Oh, go ahead.
I do agree with Callus that the animations and like the green screens just did not sit right.
Well, the
Well, I
stop
just
motion
said
stuff
they
actually is pretty cool. Like
yeah, just said the green
the
screen.
Beetlejuice snake head, that was really well done. The moving statues was like pretty cool.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah, I
all
like that
like
stuff.
yeah, that's all like done.
Just stop motion.
Stop motion, and they have to superimpose it over the characters. It's pretty cool. Looks pretty good still.
What are you gonna say, Yummy?
That I just did
Oh,
say.
you just said it. Okay.
Oh.
I thought you had something else to say.
And also like
That
the
was good.
sandworm and how like the second heads inside, the animation on that was pretty cool with the
I
with
love
that
that.
happening.
Yeah.
That was a really cool design on that snake thing.
Yeah. I wish they had explained the sandworms a little more though. Like what exactly are they? What are they for?
I mean, what was that whole dimension thing?
Well, didn't they say
Yeah.
that they were being transported to Saturn or something?
I don't remember recall that.
Maybe?
There was an
I must
offhand
have missed
comment
that.
about like, oh,
Yeah.
you've been to Saturn or whatever or Jupiter.
Yeah, I do remember that offhand comment and it didn't make sense.
So maybe they're being maybe if they go out of their bounds, they get sent to another planet. I don't know. I don't know why that would make sense, but
I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of things don't make sense, but it's okay because we're not meant to know everything about the afterlife, and even the handbook makes everything super complicated.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, since you brought it up, that handbook, I thought it was like it's I didn't think it was a physical thing that like everyone could see, but
Yeah.
the girl saw it and the fashion guy saw it and he pulled it out and everyone at the table at the seance saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
I don't get the rules of the book.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then like, why were they like, you let someone else take them when they didn't say anything when they let the girl take them or take the
Yeah.
book?
The first rule of the book is that the rules don't matter.
I don't think that's true, but
It was a joke.
Okay.
yeah, I just thought that was kind of weird that like everyone could just see the book where only the girl could see the ghost. I feel like only the girl should be able to interact with the book, and maybe
Yeah.
that guy, like maybe like they could reveal like midway through that he could see them too or whatever, but maybe he was.
Well, I think after their whole incident with at the dinner, maybe that's what made it so he could see the book.
That's maybe.
That
And
could
everyone
be
was
true,
there
yeah.
too that saw the book. So
Yeah. And then, so that dinner scene, they were basically, he thought he was bringing them back, but he was exercising them. Which,
Wait,
as we
which
saw
dinner
in
scene?
the previous scene, that sends him to that door.
yeah, the lost souls.
Yeah.
door.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we got to specify which dinner scene because there's the one where they all dance and sing,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and then there's
and
also
then
the
the hands
exorcism.
come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying for the part where they're dancing and singing, maybe that's when they all believed in ghosts, and that's why
Yeah,
they could
yeah.
see and feel
Yeah,
the
exactly.
book.
After that's
Yeah.
when they start believing.
But they couldn't
Yeah.
see in the ghosts until the exorcism, though. So I don't know.
Well, they never saw the ghosts because they were hiding. And then they saw Beetlejuice right after the dinner.
Yeah.
The dinner where they dance. Oh, well, that's right. They did see the snake Beetlejuice
Yeah,
because he was released into the world.
for like a minute.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I was kind of noticing. Like, since it's been forever since I saw this movie,
Same
like going
here.
back, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so Beetlejuice is like barely in this.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
was
kind
gonna
of
say.
true.
Like
Yeah.
even like the ending, like didn't feel like that grandiose for Beetlejuice in general. Like
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, with
I thought that last scene was like pretty great done when when
yeah,
he's
no,
trying
they
to
like where he
marry the
finally
girl.
shows up and kills those two people, which no one ever seems to worry about. Um, I mean, maybe he didn't kill him. I don't know.
Thought
But
he
yeah,
only
then the whole
teleported
wedding
them or
scene.
something.
But like, you never get this like the sense that like there's that much danger. I don't know. And then it's like I guess he's supposed to be the bad guy, but
Yeah, I mean they kind of made him out to be the bad guy
yeah,
fairly early on.
You talk about
yeah,
Beetlejuice, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I felt like the ending was like it didn't like build up enough for me. You know, like they do the carnival thing where he boots the people into the ceiling, and I thought it was gonna climb like even bigger
hmm
from there, but instead it
yeah,
kind of tones back down, and the wedding scene happens, and I didn't really feel too much tension in that scene. Um, and I just thought it went by really fast. Like Beetlejuice was capped, like was done so in a few seconds, and
yeah,
of course the woman comes riding in on the sandworm. It's like this. I don't know. I don't.
Mm.
It just it wasn't that great of an ending to me because I don't know.
yeah.
It just didn't
Well,
feel like it.
But
It didn't feel like the climax. Like I felt like this should have been like the wedding thing should have been like I don't know in a different spot. I don't know.
yeah.
and it
Well,
seems like it
it was
ended
weird.
abruptly too.
Yeah, it ended very abruptly. And it's weird. Like this whole time, they're afraid of the sandworms, and somehow she brings it into the house, writing it. It
Well, we
kills
saw her
him.
smack the sandworm
Yeah, I
earlier.
guess that might be part of it. I don't know. And then it eats Beetlejuice, and it just all it does is send him to the waiting room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
because he
weird.
died.
Well, he was
Yeah,
already
because
dead,
they
right?
Yeah,
yeah
he
they
was
had all
dead.
the small hoods.
He
He
died of the
re-died.
plague.
Long time ago.
Yeah,
Wait, we should call him Betelgeuse, since that's how his name shows up on the listing of the
Beetlegeuse.
Yeah, his name shows up at Beale guys.
Betelgeuse.
Yeah, that was the one where like the whole time they are saying the name wrong, and then suddenly when they actually want to summon him, they know how to say it right.
Well, the first time around, yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of Beetlejuice, what do you think? How do you think Michael Keaton did as portraying him?
Man, like I didn't even know it was Michael Keaton until I looked at the listing of characters.
Really,
He's a completely different person.
made it great. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I could tell it was Michael Keaton the whole time, and thought he did a good job.
yeah, I think he did a fantastic job.
Well, yeah, when I was going into the movie, I was looking at the cast, and I didn't realize that he was Beetlejuice until I saw that. Because I mean, I only watched this movie when I was like 10 years old. So
Yeah, and you were
Does
scared
seeing
of it.
this performance kind of make you wish that he was,
hold on.
could have played?
Did Greedy just
Wait,
make
what?
fun of me for being scared of Beetlejuice when I was
I
10
was
years
scared.
old?
I was scared too.
Uh huh. Okay. Thank you.
Anyways, I was gonna say like this watching Michael Keaton's performance make you guys wish that maybe he could have been Joker in the first
The
Batman movie
Joker,
instead of
baby?
yes instead of Batman.
Instead of Jack Nicholson, or
Yeah,
instead of Batman. I mean the cast.
I mean he was pretty good as a Batman too, but
Yeah.
I mean he
I
could have
feel like
been
this
an
is like
excellent Joker.
yeah. He probably would have been a pretty good Joker, but I mean Jack Nicholson's a classic. I don't know if I would take him out.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know
not.
if I
I'm
would
saying
either.
like seeing him as the Joker, not specifically taking Nicholson out.
Well, I mean there can't be two Jokers.
I'm
Okay,
the
never
Joker
mind.
too, baby.
I was just a hypothetical, but I guess you don't want to play along.
Well, I mean if you swap out Keaton's Batman for the Joker. I mean, you're eliminating Jack Nicholson because it was at around the same time that he was in the
Right.
Batman movie.
But I just wanted to focus on his performance, not really like you're
But I
focusing too
also
much
like
on
him as
Nicholson.
Batman and Bruce Wayne, so it's like I'd rather have him as Batman. Honestly, I think he did a good job as Batman. I'm
That's
sure
fair.
his Joker would be interesting, but Jack Nicholson wins it in that department. If we're talking about like '80s Jokers,
Mm.
unfortunately, the ship has sailed for him to probably do a Joker role nowadays. But
Yeah, no. You're like a very old Joker.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good how it is.
yeah, it's good how it is. But it would be interesting to see him in that role. I'll agree with you, that Callis. But I like the way that it is, so I
All
don't
right.
want. I don't want to erase the timeline.
So it's like the stuff that's growing out the sides of his face, like the green stuff. Is that just like part of his skin, or is just that
I
I
thought
think
that
that's
was like
from
the
the
plague
plague.
eating his
Yeah.
skin or whatever.
part of the
I
plague?
think,
I guess that
it
makes
was
sense. Yeah.
plague eating them.
He dresses pretty suavely for like an 1800s person, you know.
Yeah, he can update his clothes. I mean, he wears cowboy outfits at times, so
But I mean, was he buried in those clothes?
probably not
If we're going
originally.
along the rules, well, I guess he kind of he broke the rules when he went
Yeah,
away from his that lady.
yeah, he broke the rules a lot.
Yep.
It's also interesting that he can like summon random stuff in the
Yeah.
real world too.
Hmm.
I wish they would have maybe explained that a little bit more than just like, oh, he's a rule breaker. Like, okay, well, maybe we could have gotten like a little bit of backstory on like how he became so powerful. Like when they went to go meet their the lady their what did they call her,
Caseworker.
the caseworker, the second time. Like maybe she could explain like, oh, after he left, he went into some dark arts or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's a
just something.
conjurer.
He's a conjurer of tricks.
And if he was like banished, like how is he still around and like hanging out in their model?
Hmm.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I'm thinking like his powers were like very limited, but he was at least able to make himself
Yeah,
teleport like really tiny in that model place. I don't know.
yeah,
He's
that
also
makes
able
sense.
to conjure like strippers and stuff.
Well,
Well, no, that's not
the
him.
caseworker did that to distract
Yeah, it was a
him.
caseworker.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
You didn't know that?
No,
she
wait.
was like, hey, okay, that was my idea.
Oh, I must have missed that.
yeah. She knows him well enough to be like, all right, let's just get some strippers in there, and
Well, I
that'll
guess it
keep him
worked for a
busy
little bit.
for a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
She was really hoping that her warning would keep the couple from, actually
Mhm.
summoning him.
But they unsummoned him, like I said, like within like a minute.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
And then she's like, "You left him out." It's like, did they though? He was unsummoned.
Oh, Beetlejuice won Oscar for best makeup.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just a little fun fact today.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
definitely deserved it.
yeah. Did any scenes actually like make you guys kind of like jump a little bit, or like just like you weren't prepared about, like the scene where the couple was talking to one girl, and like her face like turned into a monster? That kind of scared me.
No, I
Wait,
can't
which
say
girl?
jump
Yeah.
during that.
Nothing got to me either.
Not in my adult age. I did not jump to anything.
Yeah, I
me
ain't think
neither.
in my kid age.
Oh, flex.
Yeah.
I guess
that
the
is
only
a-
part that kind of took me that kind of caught me off guard was when Beetlejuice did the loud scream and made his face into a monster, but you couldn't even see what exactly he was doing,
Yeah.
which would have been probably a pretty fun scene if they had showed it.
Well, they didn't want to because they're like, this is supposed to be the scariest thing you've ever seen, and we don't really know what that is.
Yeah. Only you know in your heart.
Yeah.
You see what you want to see.
We saw plenty. I mean, we saw all these little legs and stuff sticking out the sides. don't know. I don't know if I would want to see that.
No. Why
You don't
not?
like snakes?
Like, I like snakes,
Okay.
but like what came out of the sides of his face is like bug legs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't even know how to. I would describe that.
A beetle.
Oh yeah,
Beetle legs.
Like when he summoned that beetle to get her to say his name.
And the orange juice. Yeah, he seems to be a pretty powerful being.
Yeah. Does anyone remember the cartoon show
No.
that came out
Oh
after this
man,
movie?
yes. After I finished watching the movie, I went back and saw the intro to the cartoon, and man, that was like a blast of nostalgia.
Right?
I
Well, the
love
whole
that
time
show.
I was thinking about it, I was like, did that cartoon even have like anybody besides the little girl and Beetlejuice?
I think it also had like the parents
Maybe.
at certain points.
But it didn't
Maybe
have
yeah.
like the main, the main characters, the ghosts,
No,
the
no.
Maitlands.
Yeah, I don't think I had them in it.
It didn't. I don't know. It's been a while since I saw the cartoon, but I just remember being weird, and it's like her and like Beetlejuice were the best of friends.
Yeah, somehow.
It's a
Yeah.
bit of a change from the movie.
Well, it was, and that's
Yeah.
like my last experience with the Beetlejuice franchise was the cartoon. So coming into this, I was like, "Wait, is Beetlejuice the bad guy?"
Mm.
So it was a little confusing.
Yeah, I
Well,
guess.
speaking of the family, like, what do you guys think of the family, the girl and the two parents?
I
Well,
mean, I think the dad was okay. I think
yeah.
the stepmom event, like, I don't know, she
Eventually
just
became okay.
eventually at the very end of the movie was fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But we
for
didn't
the
really
most
even
part.
see her character growth because it was like later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was she was a bit annoying at first.
Hmm. I think that was
Catherine
the
O'Hara.
point.
Yeah.
Well, do you like the foreshadowing of her statue pinning her against the house, and then she gets trapped in the statue at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
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 That's pretty good.
That was a sneaky foreshadowing too.
But yeah, I think the mom was bad. Like, I mean, her acting was fine, but she was just like annoying. And then the dad it was cool. He all he wanted to do was chill, But the
Yeah.
itch to sell came back with the ghost and the opportunity to find do something with that.
Sell the town.
Yeah.
Sell it down. Sell everything.
But yeah, the little girl was great. Her acting was one of the best in the movie.
Well, that's Winona Ryder, right?
Yeah, like I came to the realization like afterwards, but I knew she looked very familiar.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was her until like after I saw her name, which
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah, and she was in Edward Scissorhands too, I believe. So Tim
Yep.
Burton liked using her until she, became an adult, and then he's like, "Ew, gross, no."
Yeah.
Yeah, he
She
started
was
using the
also
other
in
girl
Dracula
instead.
too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she did a great job in the movie.
Yep. Yeah, she's good.
Although her character did flip flop a little bit in the middle there.
Yeah.
Was kind of interesting. I guess that's just down to the writing, where all of a sudden she hates them, then she wants to commit,
Join
not
them.
live, and then she likes them
Well,
again.
she didn't like them because she saw the snake was them.
Yeah, but then
So
she
she
realized it
just
was
threw it off.
Beetlejuice.
She flipped pretty quickly though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I honestly don't have any more talking points. So if you guys have anything,
Yeah. I don't really either.
Obviously, one of the most memorable scenes from the movie is when the first dinner scene when they all start, singing and dancing, and
Oh yeah.
that is a bit of a scare at the end of that scene where the shrimp hands
coming out.
Yeah.
come out and
Actually-
grab him by the face.
Yeah. I liked the shrimp hands. I had forgotten about that part, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool."
Yeah,
But I
like
liked
Gordon.
Go ahead, Kels.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, going into this movie, like, the one scene that I clearly remembered is that dance scene. Like, everything else was like a blur to me. So going in was like I was like re-experiencing everything, but that one scene, that one I clearly remembered.
Yep, that and the final scene where you see Winona fly up into the air.
Yeah,
Because I was,
that one was not as well done, but the
yeah,
original scene was good.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I thought I remembered somebody flying into the air during the dinner party thing, but no one did, and I was like, oh. And then when it happened at the end, I was like, oh, that's what I was remembering.
Yeah, I liked how it also like turned expectations over because you thought that they were all going to run out of there screaming or scared and get into their cars, which the ghost did too, and then that didn't happen. I thought that was a good kind of
Yeah,
reversal of the expectations there.
Yeah.
yeah. Though I would say
Subverting
like
expectations.
the hand coming out would have frightened me. Like that reminds me of like Ghostbusters. Like, yep, we gotta go.
Well, I'm pretty sure it did like frighten everyone there, but like by that point they were having so much fun with the singing and dancing that it was okay.
Yeah.
Also, do we ever know what happened to what was his name, Ortho, the big guy?
Ortho,
Because
Think
he had the
so.
spotlight shined on him, and Beetlejuice changed his clothes, and he
yeah, and just
screamed and he ran away, and I don't think we saw him again.
yeah, he just ran away because
Now
he
that
didn't
you point
want.
that out.
How dare a ghost put a baby blue suit on him? How so tacky.
I don't know. I thought maybe he'd have more to do, or maybe Beetlejuice would mess with him some more. But yeah, that spotlight scene happened. He ran away, and I was like, "What? Where'd he go?" At the end of the movie, I was like, "What?"
Was there something there I don't understand? Like, is there something scary about him wearing baby blue or something? Did he
I
make a
think there
Yes.
mention
was
of
a
it earlier?
comment he made when they were going through the house originally that he didn't like the color palette or whatever, and I think baby blue was
Oh,
part of the colors.
in the
Yeah.
beginning, yeah. Okay, I remember that now.
Yeah. It's just a fashion designer's worst nightmare to wear something ugly.
How dare they?
Oh no!
Spooky.
So that's why he screamed.
Yeah. That's it. Not a very scary thing, but
It was
Hey,
his own personal nightmare.
yeah, yeah.
there could
Oh
be a
no.
fashion artist listening to this podcast, so they could be screaming right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, Callus is
Maybe he
blue, and
can.
we're not
Maybe
afraid
he.
of him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm
Well,
saying
my blues
maybe
are
he couldn't
not
take the
so
suit
light.
off. It was forever stuck on him. That's why you never see him again because he just hides up in a house.
That would
It's
have been
like
a fun scene if he tried to rip it off and just reappeared again.
yeah.
All right. Well, we ready for ratings, or we got more? You guys want to bring up?
No, I'm good.
Callus? Yummy?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I suppose I'm through.
Don't say I'm supposed. That doesn't sound.
Oh,
All right. If we have more, say it. All right. I guess not. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So Beetlejuice from 1988, Tim Burton. It was a fun watch. I enjoyed this movie. Again, I thought the costumes were great. I thought like the whole like theme of the movie, the atmosphere of the movie was phenomenal. I thought the scenes are great. The only downside I didn't like is some of the green screen work was off-putting. Even though I know it's an older movie, I really can't hate it much for it. But it just, I don't know, it didn't fit right watching it, and it just didn't seem right. Michael Keaton did a great job as Beetlejuice. Acting was great. Just overall, the theme was awesome, as I said earlier. The ending, it didn't kind of like resolve anything, just kind of abrupted ending a little bit too. But overall, it was a fun movie. Gets you into the Halloween spirit, and uh, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. For me, this movie is really kind of just like um, it's a vibe. Like you watch it, and it's like it gives you off a vibe of what this movie's about, and you're like, and it does that very well. Through costume, makeup. Yeah, the green screen stuff's old and doesn't hold up, but it really gives off that vibe of what is going on. Story wise, there was definitely some problems there. They could have done things a little better. Um, because you're just watching it, there was times I was like, wait, what about this, or how does that work, or and maybe that was intentional. I don't know. Um, but it is a fun vibe. It's a fun movie to watch. Just don't think too much about it. So overall, I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5.
All right. Well, I feel like I was much higher than you guys, especially in terms of the ending. I thought the climax was pretty enjoyable for me. I didn't have like any problems with it. And yes, I agree. The story does have like its weak points, but yeah, I do believe it is intentional because you were experiencing though this whole new world through the eyes of these two new ghosts. So everything is supposed to be like very confusing, and a lot of things don't make sense, and a lot of things are left unexplained, which I didn't have a problem with either. I thought this whole movie was a very fun ride. Brought back a lot of nostalgia for me watching it again, and yeah, I just really enjoyed my time with it. Everything, like the costume was, and makeup, everything was like very well done, very enjoyable, very fun movie. So yeah, I would give this a 4.5 out of 5.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's a fun movie. Lots of good effects. I really like the stop motion in there mixed with the real life stuff. As Greedy said, the
Greasy.
the
Yeah,
green
greasy.
screen was pretty poorly done in this. And I mean, this is a late '80s movie, and like we watched Temple of Doom a long time ago. That was earlier, and that also like the green screen was pretty poor in that one. And you would think that hopefully that technology would have improved by then, but that's okay. It's an older movie. I'll give it a little bit of a pass, I guess. But yeah, the makeup and costumes were really well done. I was hoping for some more Beetlejuice in this movie. I remember as a kid, like Beetlejuice was like in my mind, like he was the main character, but he really wasn't. But the two other ghosts were. I liked the set design. I thought it was a pretty fun time. But yeah, I thought that the climax didn't really feel like the climax. I mean, it was over way too soon, and I was really hoping for like more Beetlejuice antics than just him trying to get married to, uh, the emo girl. And there was also some unexplained like things like what happened to this guy, where did this person go, just some things that could have been explained that weren't. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It was still a good movie, still worth watching for sure. And Beetlejuice is a standout character, but everyone does a good job. So 4 out of 5.
All right, we're pretty much in the
Good.
same ballpark.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you
Okay.
guys, want to know how Beetlejuice chooses his victims?
He
How?
reads about them in the mortuary. Oh wait, you're gonna say the
No,
horoscope?
he reads the horoscope. Yes.
No.
All right, cut off Callus's mic. Tay, you got a movie for us?
I do have a movie for us. Like I said, I guess it could kind of be considered in the Halloween theme, but it's kind of getting away from that. I guess since Halloween is well over by the time this episode comes out, or at least my episode comes out.
Yeah.
So I am picking Big Trouble in Little China from 1986, directed by John Carpenter. It
Yes.
stars Kurt Russell, Kim Cattrall, Dennis Dunn, James Hong, Victor Wong, Kate Burton, and a lot of other people. When trucker Jack Burton agreed to take his friend Wang Chi to pick up his fiancée at the airport, he never expected to get involved in the supernatural battle between good and evil. So it's got some supernatural stuff in there, so kind of counts.
I'm very happy with this
Sure,
pick.
yeah.
Thank you.
Good. I
Yeah.
haven't seen. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, so I thought, I'm like, you know what? I want to rewatch it.
Kurt Russell and John Carpenter, a match made in heaven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
So,
on Amazon, iTunes, Vudu, Google Play. I thought I saw it on like HBO Max or something for free,
At
which
one
is
point,
why
I
I
think it was
picked
in
it. But
HBO Max, but I'm not sure if it's still there.
Yeah, it might have been taken off by now. I'm not sure.
oh, that'd be a shame because, like I said, it was just like I guess 2 months ago. But yeah,
This is one of the movies that I hoped would win in like one of the earliest fan votes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
was it in the
Was
fan
it on
votes?
there?
It is. Yep, it's in the fan
Yeah.
vote.
Oh well, we can take it out now. I've picked it. No, you don't need to.
Sorry to whoever redeemed that.
I haven't seen this since I was younger, so it'll be a nice rewatch for me personally.
I haven't seen it in a long time either.
Yeah, so I saw it.
I
a few years
remember
ago,
a guy
maybe.
getting inflated and exploding. That's the only thing I remember. So.
No, I don't even remember that much. I saw it like when I was like 20, 21, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's been a little bit
Like-
longer for me.
Yeah.
I last saw it when I was like 13 or something.
Which would have been the same year probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I saw this like 3 years ago, so I guess I don't need to rewatch it.
Oh yeah. No.
I thought we cut your mic off. All right. Well, if you don't want to be spoiled for Big Trouble in Little China, or if you want to join the conversation, just go ahead and watch that before the next episode airs in 2 weeks. We'll come back, reconvene, talk about Big Trouble in Little China from 1986. But yeah, if you want to join the fan vote, I guess we need more movies now. I mean, we're removing one without the fan vote even happening. Make sure you get your recommendations in. We're always happy to get another one. Obviously, many. We can get as many as you want. I mean, we'll watch bad movies, good movies. People may grumble about it, but we'll watch them. Don't worry. If you had a recommendation, send it our way.
What if someone picked like a porn or something? Would we watch that?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it's an hour and a half, that's a movie length.
Yeah.
Is it gonna have story?
I don't know.
Not a lot.
Maybe maybe at the beginning. It's the woman watering her flowers, and then the mechanic comes over. And...
They'll pick that pirates porn movie that like.
Oh my god, the Scooby Doo porn parody. I think that's like an hour long.
Oh, yeah. Please don't.
I mean, I don't know. I think. Anyway, anything else you guys want to say before we end the podcast?
As always, be sure to clean your ass.
I do
Yes.
have one thing I wanted to bring up because over the last several months we've been telling Tay, oh, you need to read like the book that this was inspired of, or the comic, or whatever like the movie is based out of. And I just want to like follow up. Tay, have you actually read anything? Do you need to give us a report?
No, I haven't yet.
No.
I'm busy, man. I'm busy.
All right, we'll give you some more time.
All right, I appreciate it.
They have
In
until the
about
end of the
20
year.
episodes, we'll ask again and see if anything changes.
I have to remember. I have to write. I should write down what I'm supposed to read, anyways.
I don't even remember at this point. You
I
could,
don't
just,
remember
you could just
either.
read
Me neither.
Dr. Seuss, and I'd be like, oh yeah, he was supposed to read that.
Yeah, I remember one was like the manga based, like the Edge of Tomorrow was based on.
Oh, that's true. That's one of them. Yep.
Yeah, that might have been the first, or was that the second?
Who
Probably
knows?
second.
Comment below if you remember what they were.
All right. Well, I am Ferret Juice, and I've been here with.
Juice waffles.
Dead Tay.
And Blue Juice, aka Callus.
And we are Film Freaks with a Z. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Clean your ass.